Hello everybody, John Craig here with Performance Plus Tennis. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be about the serve. And the question is, are you getting in the way of your serve? And that's an interesting question. You're thinking, well, what does that mean? Well, a lot of players are getting in the way on their serve, overthinking the serve mentally and have too many thoughts, and also physically getting in the way. And we're going to cover those two ways that we get in the way of our serve today in this lesson and much more. This is going to really help you improve your serve performance. So first, we're going to cover the physical idea of getting in the way on our serve. And this is something I see very often, not only with my students online, but also students and players at the club where I work, and it's very common. And so we see a lot of players that are serving, and when they're serving, they're tossing the ball up and their head is staying in a line towards the target, and it looks like this. And this usually is kind of in conjunction with a forehand grip and not getting good shoulder rotation. So we see a lot of this kind of stuff. So the head is right here. So if the head is behind the shoulder and facing the target, it's not really giving you an opportunity to get into the movement that's going to help you really improve your serve performance. So we want to get the head out of the way. And if you look at all great servers, you'll see that when they toss the ball up, the head will start to tilt away, and then it will be out of the way when we get into our trophy balance position. And that's almost universally true with every single high-performance server. So the head position is so key, not only to allow you to create the range of motion, but also as a balance mechanism as well. So when I'm tossing the ball up and my arm is rising, as it's rising to the point of release, my head starts to lean a little bit to the left. And from a side view, it just starts to lean a little bit forward. It's like counterbalancing just slightly here. See that? And then as I let the ball go and my left arm continues to rise, my head just tilts out of the way. So one little check you can do to make sure that you're in the proper position is that when I'm looking up there at the ball's gone, I'm actually looking, my head's on the left side of my tossing arm, and I'm looking up the left side of the arm at the ball. So you want to make sure you get into this position because it really will help you bank your shoulders and get into the angle you want to create that power, to get into the trophy power position. Now, perhaps equally as important, maybe even more so, is that when you make your move to serve, now the head is out of the way so you can create the shoulder over shoulder rotational action that is so critical to getting height on your serve, but also power. So more in the modern serving, we see shoulder over shoulder rather than horizontal rotation of the shoulders. So historically, there was more of a horizontal rotation, like a throwing action. But when we're serving, we're really trying to get more of a shoulder over shoulder action. It gives you more height, more power, but your head has to be out of the way in order to execute that movement. The second way that we get in the way on our serve is emotionally. And of course, the serve is the most complicated shot in tennis, and certainly one of the most complicated movements, I believe, in almost every sport. And so what ends up happening is we have so many thoughts, everything from grips and swing patterns and tosses and legs and body position and contact point and all these other things that are said, snap wrists, whatever these things that we're all trying to do. So we get in there and we just have too many thoughts, and it especially becomes destructive when you're playing a match and you don't know what to think about. So we're getting in our way on the serve way, way too much. So I'm going to try to boil it down for you just so I can make it as simple as possible. When you're serving, your motion with your swing is going to be natural. You don't really need to think about how to swing. If you can throw a ball, your swing is already built in. Now you just need to learn how to get your body to move through the movements and the sequence of movements and patterns that kind of work together with that swing. And really all of that is done with a non-dominant hand. So the thing you really want to focus on when you're serving, if you're going to focus on something technical, it is once you set up your feet and you've got the proper position and you've got the proper grip, the continental grip, everything else is going to be dictated by the non-dominant hand. From a side view, I let my left hand hold the racket and the ball, and then I just find a nice soft grip on just putting my hand on top, continental grip, nice and soft. So when I enter into my movement, the racket's just floating in my hand. It's just nice and relaxed, so I don't introduce any additional tension, just enough so I can control the racket. And now I'm bouncing and controlling the ball. I reset. My left hand takes control of the weight of the racket once again and the ball, so I don't increase any tension in my hand. And then my left hand just takes over. So my left hand is obviously going to lead first and place the ball. Once the ball is released, it's going to rise up and get me into my trophy position. And then it's also going to be pulling away and dictating my timing and my movement onto the ball. So the left hand's really in charge of the whole movement. So you really don't need to think about your right hand at all. Everything's going to be dictated by what your left hand does. So this is the part you really need to focus on and work on. So if you're struggling with your serve in competition, I almost can guarantee you it's because your left hand is letting you down, either with ball placement, not getting it up and getting above the hand, so we end up chasing balls, whatever it is we do. So your left hand is your key element. If you're going to think about one thing, one technical element, when you're serving in a match play, focus on your left hand. Thanks so much for watching today's lesson, and I hope these 2 ideas will help you improve your serve performance and get out of the way of your serve. Please give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, leave your comments down below, and finally, if you're interested, I am offering a limited number of free serve assessments. All you need to do is click on the link in the description down below, submit the form, and I will get back to you and show you how easy it is to submit a video. I will analyze your serve and give you great advice on how you can improve your serve performance. Thanks again for watching today's video, and we'll see you in the next lesson.